The following video is sponsored by 3i. If you're someone that does not like the auto empty stations, the inconvenience of them, and the loudness of them, especially when they do their auto empty function, then this model here is worth a look. It is the G10 Plus from 3i, and what it has is a dustbin that is very unique here. It compresses the dust in there, and it's a 1 liter capacity. It'll give us up to 60 days. There's a UV light in there to sterilize everything in there too as well. And it has suction performance that is impressive of 18,000 PA that I will be testing in this video. Now it does mop. There is a water tank at the back of it and a mopping part to it with mop lift. And it has flagship level navigation. So we've got LiDAR at the front, but 3D structured light as well. With the cameras, you can even log into those cameras and take a look at, say, pets, for example. And it does support Google Assistant and Amazon's Alexa too for voice commands. It does also have 100% edge and corner coverage. So the sweeper brush, the corner one, extends out. And it's even better than what I've seen from robot vacuum cleaners that cost over 3 times the amount of this. It is very impressive for the more affordable price of this G10 Plus.
So first up, let me show you what we do get included with the 3i G10 Plus. There is a docking station to charge it, a cleaning tool, and a user guide for the G10 Plus. Now the debris compression is what sets this model here apart from others. The fact that it doesn't have an auto empty station, those can be really loud, and we've got up to 60 days that it can compress all the debris in the bin right here. Now to remove it, very easy, just pull up on the handle and the whole thing just lifts out like so. Now on the front here, you see this is where you push and the whole bottom will fall out. And you can see already, just with one first little clean, the amount of dust in here that is caught up inside there. And here is our washable filter, which can also be replaced, of course. And accessing that is very simple. That top just comes right off. The water tank for the mopping, that's located right here. So you just simply press into this tab. That comes off like so. You get the voice feedback from it. And you pull down that little rubber tab, and this is the fill hole. Navigation with the G10 Plus is very good. It's flagship level. It is using LiDAR, so there's a little LiDAR tower that looks to be quite hidden. You can see it just here. And it has apex vision too as well. So that is using a time of flight camera and the LiDAR together, 3D structured light with those dual cameras. And it does have other sensors there at the front either side, also built in LED and video. So you can log in and take a look at your pet, for example, or do a little tour of your house. Now it has obstacle avoidance. It can recognize 100+ types of objects, and I'll be putting that to the test in this video. The G10 can handle climbs of 2 centimeters, and our mop lift is 1 centimeter. You can see it here in action that the mop is well above the ground here, and I can fit my fingers underneath it. So that's the mop lift. So it has AI dirt scan, and this is using the LED lighting, adaptive suction, and water for different types of dirt as it cleans. And this mop is removable. Once that is all dirty and you need to wash it, then you simply just press in those tabs there, and it slides off. It's got a floating brush, so that means it moves up and down to adjust to different floor levels and surfaces. And this is a detangling brush too that is inside. So we do get the bristles, which lift up the hair really well, the rubber sweepers, so that is typical. And inside the detangling comb to make sure that hair is not going to be stuck in that brush. And our side sweeping brush here, this extends, so we get 100% of edge and corner coverage with it. And 18,000 PA of suction performance is great for carpets. The application is called 3i, and you can see there is our map because of the LiDAR. It is very accurate indeed. Now I can set up no-go zones. I can tap here, can go into the camera, get a live preview from that. And you're also able to set up the suction boost areas that you want, edit that map. You can see here, and you can add the different areas. So for example, put in carpet, there's a threshold, change that to a tiled floor. And it did auto-detect a lot of the furniture. You can see right there that there is the table and chairs. It's detected a bed there in the bedroom too as well. And in settings, you can set up schedules and all the other kind of things that you can normally do with a fully featured app for a robot vacuum like this.
So there are a few features with this particular robot vacuum that are class leading for the price point that really match flagship models in fact, even better than them, and that is the Apex Vision Obstacle Avoidance. So using the cameras and 3D structured light along with the LiDAR, the obstacle avoidance on this can detect 100 plus household objects. So for my test, I put down a sports shoe, sock, USB cable, and child's toy, and it did see those objects. In fact, it saw everything there and avoided it. It didn't even touch them. This is much better than some robot vacuums that I've covered that cost $1,500. They do a worse job than this machine here, which is retailing for around 400 or just under 400 US dollars. So huge difference in price, but impressive performance. And it even shows you on the map that it has detected the USB cable and the shoes and the socks and whatnot. So really good obstacle avoidance. It is well above its price level here. This is flagship performance obstacle avoidance. Just like the Ultra Reach extendable side brush, this has 100% coverage of corners and edges. I was a little bit skeptical about this. I thought, okay, there's so many brands that claim this, and the side brushes, they always leave a little bit of a gap. But in my time testing it out, it's really impressive how the brushes, they're nice and long, the bristles on them, they get right in, and because it extends out as it does, it goes into those corners, as you can see, and sweeps right along the edges, absolutely picking up everything. So that is, again, an area where it betters way more expensive robot vacuum cleaners. The mapping around the house was fast and accurate thanks to the LiDAR that it does have and the 3D structured light. It all worked really well and very accurate to the map. So that navigation is, I think, very good. It, of course, goes under beds, around difficult objects, and right into areas that some other robot vacuums might find difficult. And the vacuuming performance is very good. So the house has been looking really clean. So 18,000 PA of performance. With my carpet test here, I did lay out some long human hair, some cat fur that Vera happily donated. Don't worry, I just gave her a brush and used some of that fur, and a little bit of dirt and some cornflakes and things. And you can see with the two passes, it did an excellent job. This footage has been sped up 300% just to make it a little bit quicker for us. And you can see as it goes through its motions of cleaning, I give it 2 passes. Very good job, and it was just one cornflake that it happened to have left behind. It was just the side sweeper brush, kicked it and moved it out of the way a couple of times, and it was just unlucky, but I have to point that out. So it wasn't 100%, it was just that one cornflake, but impressive results. Then if you look at that dustbin, so that's the dustbin that lasts for up to 60 days, 1 liter. It compresses the dust there, sterilizes it with a UV light. You can see everything is in there and a lot of hair. It picked up everything. So the detangling comb inside, as I showed you when we looked at the design in the main brush, is working really well with the G10 Plus. And then over the carpets, it does have that mop lift, so no problems. It is 1 centimeter, so it's not going to be touching your carpets, your rugs and things you have out. And it does have the mopping performance, which of course I tested in the standard test of mine, which is dirt mixed with coffee dried onto these white tiles. And again, it's 2 passes. This is where it did a really good job. As you can see, it's going back and forth. Again, the footage has been sped up to 300%, and it has managed to clean everything there. There's a couple of specks, as I always point out. There are chips in the tiles, so they're always going to be there. And when you look at the mop, now it is filthy. All the coffee is all over this. Now, this is the downside to this style of mop, is because we have no auto clean station with it. You have to manually clean that mop yourself. And there are some other flagship features. So it's got AI dirt scan, and this will vary the vacuuming performance and the mopping performance depending on what kind of stains it does detect with the cameras and the LED light on this. This is another thing that a lot more expensive models would have this feature, but you get it with this base level affordable model here from 3i. So all up, the G10 Plus here from 3i, great dust compression technology, up to 60 days with the 1 liter internal dustbin. You've got none of that really loud auto empty station and having the inconvenience of having to go and then remove that dust bag, and then the added expense of having to buy those dust bags for the auto empty station. Well, it's not the case here, and you just simply pull this out, push the button, and empty the contents out after, well, up to 60 days, as I did mention. Obstacle avoidance, really impressive. So that is flagship level and way better than a lot of machines that are asking prices 3 times more than this machine here. And then the vacuuming performance, the 18,000 PA, very good. It only left 1 speck of cornflake. That wasn't really the machine's fault. It pretty much would get absolutely everything in that test. Navigation, LiDAR, 3D structured light. You can log into the front-facing camera. And yet again, these are features that only normally expensive models will have. Its strength is not the mopping performance because it cannot self-clean its mop. Now, it does mop really well, as I pointed out in my demonstration. The only thing is that you have to remove that mop and wash it yourself. And that is the really only complaint that I have with this style of machine. But for the price point of it, I can't really complain too much about that. So an excellent machine from 3i. If you are interested in knowing more, finding out the exact price and any possible discounts, do please check the link in the description of this video. And thank you so much for watching my test and hands-on here with the 3i G10 Plus.